This is a short video on the new Railmaster 156 Pro upgrade. I've had this now for a few days and just started to learn. One of the first things is once I upgraded, what happened was that these part here where I've normally got them sitting in forward and reverse all went into reverse. Now that was an easy one to solve. All you do is to go into the spanner, you come up with this, and right at the bottom there's a thing there that says reverse direction controls. That was clicked. Unclick it and away it went, and it went back to normal. Having bought the Pro version, which is the actual bit with the voice control and other extras, they send you an activation code. I tried to put the code in, it wouldn't go in. I tried copying it off the email, it wouldn't go in. I was all sorts of problems. So I contacted Railmaster support group, and what they did is they went online and went into my computer, and I was watching them, and this cursor was bouncing around all around the screen, going into Norton control and all sorts of things and setting things up. That actually took till about just turned midnight, and so next day I went on again, and one of the major problems I had is if I went and click this set of points here, another set over here would actually go as well. Also is on Railmaster, which I'll show you shortly, you actually ask for the train, you then say forward, and then you say shunt or cruise or whatever speed you want to do. And what happened is the points in the front of it were actually changing. So there again I emailed the support group, and we started again on that line, and he went into the system, and what he did is, if we found out that all my signals like these, they're all on train tech, and what happens is in the old system is that the set of points there, you actually put the signals to the same number. Now what happened is that you can't do that in the new system. It's a total different system altogether, so you've got to recode all your signals. So what they did is you went into this and set that particular setup for me, and I'll show you how to do that. Is you go into the planner, you go down and find the one you want, which is that one, which is my setup here, and what you do is actually go onto this set of points here. Now the red button is to turn the points to the left, and the green button turns the points to the right. So you go into there, and what you've actually got is, that is the point number one, which it actually is. Here where it says type, now there you've just put a load more decoders into the system, not only Hornby, and you just pick yours, which is mine, are train tech decoders, and that's the way it works. This bit here where it says 1, what it actually is each set of points you put 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the way they fire up when you actually start Railmaster up. Here where you see right, what you've actually got is a right or a left. Mine is set in right. Now what it means is that when that fires up, the points will be set to the right position and not to the left. This is where, after a while, I got confused. What you've actually got to do here, as I said, you've got red and green. What you do is you go put in there green. This actually can change. You can change this from green to red, whichever way you want to do it. But it actually says that if you press the red button, signal 20, which is that one, will go to green. And also when you've pressed the red button, signal 21, which is one just over the top there, will actually go to red. And that is the way that is set up. Now when it comes to this, which is a crossover, the problem you've got is that you've got to work this out. Now what you actually have got to do is to go to the first, this point here and that point there and number 7, they are coded together. So what you've got to do is go into the red one there like that. You've got the same situation up here, and then what you've got to do is when you've pressed the red button, signal 22, which is that one, will actually go to green, and also when you've also pressed the red, the signal 23, which is that one, will actually go to red. Now this is ideal, because what happens is when you operate the points, these colour signals actually operate on your screen. Now what you've actually got to do now is this part of the point here, you've got to do exactly the same thing again to set them properly, correctly again. Now what I've actually got there is if I actually press the green button, signal 22 will go red, which is that one, and the one that's actually sitting behind there will actually go green. And that is the way you set up your signals. Now I'll show you this in operation. This takes a little while to jump around the screens. Right, now what you've got there now is that set of points there is for the main line. These are double-headed signals, which you actually see that is the particular one there. Now what it actually says is that it's red for the siding and green for the main line. If you actually click that now, you notice what happens. You've got the green for the siding and red is for the main line. Like that. That is the easy one. Now then, when it comes to this crossover, what you've got there is if you press the red one, which sends the points across, you've got green for left and the red is right, which the main line is shut. What you've actually got to do, you've actually then got to go to this one and press that one to bring them back. As you see, going over the crossover is red, main line is green. If you try and do it straight off this one, these do not work properly. You've got to do it that way around. And that is how you actually set up your points and signals in the new Railmaster. Now, one of the things you've got with this, you've got voice control. Now one of the things you've got to do first, I'll actually come out of the system just for a second, is you've got to set up this, which is voice recognition. Once you set that up, and it actually, you've got to do a tutorial to learn it, how you talk, so it picks up all your words so you can actually put them right. And then once you've done that, you actually click it on, you go back and bring your system up. Now then, the problem you've got is while I'm talking, this voice recognition at the back is actually, just take it off for a second, the voice recognition, look, see, it's listening to me. It does make it awkward when you're doing video, so I'll have to show you a train now in operation. Mallard green, forward, cruise, shunt, speed 0, and that is the way you do it. Now the thing is you can actually do a cruise, you can do a shunt, or you can actually tell it what speed you want to do, and it operates. Now the problem I had with this is that when I'm talking to the machine, one thing the actual, I'll just take this off, so it'll start. That's it, look, see. Otherwise it's talking to it all the time. One thing you've got is when you in the system, it actually says you can do cruise, speed, you can do shunt, and then you have to say stop to actually stop the system. Now the problem I had with this particular part was that actually I couldn't, I'll just move the train up a bit out the way, I'll sort of, I'm going to get stuck with the points. One of the things you've actually got is that my computer doesn't recognise my word as stop, and I found out yesterday that what you can actually do is put speed 0 and the train stops. And you can put any speed you want and the train will do it. And that is the way you do voice control. Now another one you can actually do, I'll actually move this up a bit, is this little set of points here, which is number 3. What you can actually do with the points, I'll actually have to come back here to put it back on. Now I'll have to stop speaking while I actually do this. I'll show you how points operate. Point 3, right. Point 3, left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Now you don't have to say points 3 right, points 3 left. Once you've got it on, you just say right or left. Now another thing has happened with the Railmaster. If I go into my trains, it's coming up in a second. In the old system, you'd actually got 16 function keys. With the new system, you've actually got 25. What you use 25 for on a train, I do not know. Might be some trains that have got that system, but that is what you've got. Now another thing that they've actually got in is this part here at the bottom which says voice control command. You actually put in there, type in there the name of the train or the class number or what you want, and that will bring up the train. I'll actually show you the Arriva train, which is this one here. What you actually got there is class 150. You say class 150, or you actually say Arriva, because in that part there, just as Arriva, it'll operate the train. As will the Mallard. I've got Mallard green. If I could say class A4, it'll actually bring it up as well. And that is how you actually operate the trains through the system. This is the end of this short video, and I will see you again shortly. Thank you.